Right, so I'm in a resource extraction site. I just want to get some bounties collected.
Target destroyed. Flight assist off. Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Under attack. Target shields online. Target shields offline.
It's pretty surprising actually, the Cobra, with these 2 pulse lasers. That's a lot of damage, really.
Target shields offline.
You can see that these 2 pulse lasers can basically fire almost constantly with 3 pips and weapons, yeah? Whoa. Nice.
Under attack. Target destroyed.
Now, these resource sites are really good, and especially when like the anacondas turn up. Just keep a lookout for laser fire. Right, obviously the sidewinders aren't worth a great deal, yeah? $600 credits. These are not really worth it. I think it's all rating though, isn't it?
Target shields offline.
The thing that I do notice about the Cobra is just how much better you are versus smaller ships. Those class 2 gimbaled pulses, they do a lot of damage.
Target destroyed.
Right, we've got a bunch of Cobras again. I have never seen as many ships as this.
Offline. Scan detected. Target shields online. Target destroyed.
This is pretty cool, it's got to be said.
Under attack.
Look at this for a battle, this is fantastic.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Somebody's got me under attack. Just want to scan this guy.
Target shields online.
Oh, is that a dumbfire?
Target shields offline. Target shields online. Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Target shields offline. Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Right. The reason I'm not using my missiles is in case I start running into anacondas and stuff like that. Just going to save them for that.
Flight assist off. Flight assist.
These class 2 pulse lasers do a good job even on hulls.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Scan detected. Target destroyed.
Now, if I had some cargo
Scan
in my hold, that'd be great. Just be careful of the asteroids. Ah, how stupid.
under attack. Integrity critical.
Not quite as stupid as that though. Right. I have now died 3 times in this Cobra since I upgraded it. And it's costing me $1 million so far. Twice I've crashed now into rocks and once into an asp. So it's all... I'm dying because of hitting stuff. Probably lost about 200 grand's worth of bounties. But I've got nobody to blame it except myself. I'm thinking I may buy an asp. I'm not blaming the Cobra, yeah, for that. That was my fault. And the Cobra's clearly up to the task of this, but I'm thinking if I just buy an asp and run around there, these kind of resource points, I don't think anything's gonna, even get through my shields. I reckon maybe 8-9 million could get me some kind of thing going.
Frameshift drive charging.
You can see this jump's using a lot of fuel, so if you're using a smaller fuel tank, this is something you better be careful of, yeah? It's using 3/4 of my fuel, this jump, this 20.3 light year jump.
3, 2. Fuel scoop.
As you can see though, the fuel scoop is awesome. If you look at how fast that's filling up.
Fuel scooping complete.
But yeah, just be careful you don't really mess that one up. I didn't realise it was quite so poor. I didn't realise that one jump was going to almost empty my tank like that. So that's something you want to be aware of. Right, so I've got 10 million after numerous deaths. I've lost about 1 million the last couple of episodes. It just happens all the time, in all honesty. But I'm going to give this Asp a go. Now, it's cost 6.7 million to purchase at basic, yeah. But I've had a look at a website. It's www.edshipyard.com, and it sort of lets you build your ships. I've had a look, and I think I can build something for 10 million that might be, you know, it might be okay. Or 9 million, yeah. You don't want to go out and end up losing your ship, getting back into the Sidewinder if you die. So, you know, if you can keep it to just below 9 million, with all the upgrades, it might work out okay. So, let's have a look. I have never been in a ship this size before. Even during the beta, the largest ship that I got into was a Cobra. Fantastic views, as you can see, yeah. That's probably why it's an Explorer. Now, as usual, I'm going to leave all this to the end, because I prefer, you know, fixing this stuff up first before I bother with weapons. You start off with an E5 shield generator. So you're class 5. There's another website, which I'm not going to try and tell you what it is. It's not a website, but it's a graphic that shows what the shield strength is, depending on, you know, what your class of shield is and what the rating is and stuff like that. But I'll leave the link for that as well. You can check this out. But anyway, an E5 shield on like this Asp is, they reckon it's got a strength of 103 compared to the Cobra's best A4, which is 81. Right, so even straight away you're sort of more survivable. But you can really help yourself out by, you know, if you look at the shield generator. Right, so here's a E5 here, but I'm looking for a D5. Right, there's a D5 there. 189,000 credits is not bad, obviously, when you're talking in the million range. Again, I'm going to kit this entire ship out in as many D-rated components as I need to, simply because it puts the mass down and it's better than the E stuff, yeah? The E stuff that the ship starts with is absolutely awful. You want to get rid of that as soon as you can. So the cheap and nice upgrade, simply because of the least mass, is all this D-rated stuff. I'm just going to buy that. The thing about the Asp is you can actually fit a class 6, but you're going to want to have a 64 capacity cargo rack in there instead, because, you know, it's a pretty big thing, a 64 capacity cargo rack. And something like, you know, the shields are really expensive at the class 6 stuff, so that's something you want to think about maybe later on once you've got a lot more money. But right now, a D5 shield and stick this 64 capacity cargo rack in there for about a third of a million. Right, I don't know why I went for those first instead of all this, but let's start with the power distributor, yeah? E4, absolute garbage. The thing about the power distributors are, they are still pretty cheap. You know, you're not in the multiple millions with these things because they're a class down. So, less than $500,000 for that. You know me, I'm always going to go for that A4 or that A-class power distributor. Thrusters, really just vitally important altogether, yeah? No way I can afford the A5, but D5, again, you're getting the mass down. Cheap as chips, really. Life support's a no-brainer, that's a D4. Sensors, let's stick on the Ds with that as well. I maybe keep the fuel tank at capacity 32, or I may drop down let's see how it handles this normally. Right, frame shift drive. You've got an absolutely fantastic jump distance on the Asp. That's why it's called the Asp Explorer. Yeah. It doesn't appear to be the really great stuff in here, but let's stick on the D5 anyway. Power plant. That looks pretty similar to what the Cobra had. But you've got 2 extra weapons and more hard points as the Asp, so you really want to, if you can, I mean 5 million, that's what the top rated stuff costs on this. Right, I think I'll stick this D5 on there for now, but I may come back to it. Right, so let's just sell all this stuff that I won't be using. Now, one of the reasons why I sort of wanted to get out of the Cobra in a hurry was, as soon as I started making all those fire groups and stuff, I started to feel this is micromanaging on a level that I don't want. And I believe that the Asp is a ship that's going to be fine with 1 shield cell. So that will then let me, go with a proper weapon loadout as well. And just stick with a 1 shield cell. They're probably eventually going to nerf shield cells down to 1 per ship anyway. Yeah, so it's not something that I really want to get, too used to using multiple shield cells. But you've got better shields, and you can carry, class 3, maybe an A3 in there. You saw that the A2 filled the Cobra shields, so I would assume that the A3 is going to be good enough to fill the Asp shields. Certainly these ones that I've got just now. Right, so there we go. It's pretty cheap again. It's only got 5 tons of mass. That's the thing, right? I'm saying stuff like it's only 5 ton of mass now, because obviously the Asp is a much larger ship again. So these things like 5 ton of mass, it's not as bad. Yeah, it's percentage wise, 5 tons is not digging massively into your max and stuff like that. So 5 tons to me is now like 2.5 tons on the Cobra almost. I wonder actually what the B3's like. As you know, the B3 normally a bit more mass in it, but it's only 3 more tons. I'm actually going to try this because I'm pretty sure the B is going to have a lot more recharges on it. Right, so we've got 2 more class 3s and 2 more class 2s. This is, again, it's all about what you're going to be doing. Now, I'm going to end up being a pirate in the Asp eventually. This is the whole point of this 64 cargo capacity rack. Yeah. When you're in the smaller ship, you can get yourself out in piracy gear, but you don't have cargo space making it worthwhile. The Cobra's the first ship that you can really think, yeah, I could pirate people and, make a kind of business out of it. But the Asp with a 64 capacity cargo rack, I think a lot of people say, yeah, this is when, you can really start to be a pirate. I'm probably, for that reason, going to add a couple more class 8 cargo racks in these positions. A frameshift drive interdictor and a limpet controller is probably what I'm going to go with. I'm just going to stick my old D2. This is another good thing about selling your previous gear and outfitting. Everything that you sold, you can buy it back in your new ship. Right, and the last one will be one of the good limpet things. I couldn't really tell you anything about these limpets. They seem to work very well for me in my very first piracy video. It was the only thing that worked well in the piracy video, I think. The limpets. Right, so this is the best limpet controller they've got. It's only an A1, so I'm just going to grab that. It's cheap anyway. Right, so that's basically the loadout. The only thing I will probably change, if I can afford it, is an upgraded power plant after I choose my weapons. 4 utility mounts. Yeah, this is another big difference for the Asp. This is really starting to make, add another level of versatility. I have considered going with both the kill warrant scanner and the cargo scanner, so I can sort of be like a pirate bounty hunter at the same time, and I might still do that. Chaff launcher, yeah, a no-brainer if ever was one. And I'm going to go with heatsink launcher because I do intend to be a pirate, and I'll go with the kill warrant scanner. Let's try that. And like I said, we'll go with the cargo scanner as well. The thing about these is you can use them both at the same time if you set a fire group on both buttons, yeah? Might as well keep them the same because you can only be, you can only scan at the same range anyway. Now, another thing you'll notice about me is I'm extremely lazy when it comes to coming back and reloading, which is why I prefer all laser layouts. I'm just lazy as hell, yeah. And I like getting involved in the big fights and like resource sites and stuff like that, where you can spend a lot of time just flying around killing stuff without having to worry about coming back. I don't have the money for the power supply right now, so I'm probably not going to get away with, you know, an all laser layout, even like a low quality laser layout. I should say we've got, what, 2 medium hard points and 4 small hard points. You might think, though, that these 4 small hard points can probably burn through shields pretty quickly, even with, you know, just 4 normal pulse lasers. I'm tempted to try out the burst laser, though. Slightly tempted to go back to the cannon again. I quite enjoyed the way the cannon felt. It was very satisfying when it hit. I'm not convinced it's worth it over a multi-cannon, though. Yeah, let's just try the cannons. Right, I've actually got plenty of power. Of course, the thing about the weapons is it comes off your power distributor, yeah? So these 4 burst lasers that I've got is actually coming off, you know, I'll come off the power distributor, which is a class above the Cobra. So it'll be interesting to see if this works out or not. Let's buy my munitions first before I do anything else. Don't forget to buy limpets either, yeah? 20 maybe? Yeah, try 20. I've got the shields, the really good shield cell banker, the one that's got lots of shots on it, yeah. Right, so yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4 burst lasers on my mouse button 1, my cannons on 2, my limpet on my secondary fire group alongside my kill warrant scanner and cargo scanner on the same button. Chaff launcher's a keybind, heatsink launcher's a keybind, shield cell bank will be going back to a keybind. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to put the interdictor onto the same one as the kill warrant scanner and cargo scanner. There's a reason for this which I will explain later. Right, so a quick fix of my actually what I'm going to do first is my rebuy cost is only 327,000. That's not that much really, is it? What's this dormant bounty of 200 credits I've got here? 300 credit dormant. Right, that was fortunate. Right, so I can cover my rebuy cost. The very last thing I have to do again is change my keybind back. Now I've only got 2 fire groups to care about, so I can simply just tab between them. That's all that means. You notice this numpad 2 here for cycle previous fire group? You'll see why I use that in once I get out there. So the final thing I have to do, put the shield cell back to my mouse 4. Right, we're ready to go. Right, so here's our pirate mission for the BD plus 40 2903 Allied Co, who are an alliance member. So I'm going to take this. I'm not even going to say it should be easy, because every time I say that it ends up as a total disaster. Right, so top speed looks to be about 354. That's not too bad, yeah? I mean, it's not too bad. It's an interesting sound, it's like a propeller. It just sounds like an aeroplane. Now, I suppose it's worth pointing out, yeah, that even though these are going to be stolen, so long as I'm in an anarchy system like I am now, or a system that isn't under, you know, anybody else's jurisdiction, then I'm not going to get any police, or, you know, nobody's going to scan my cargo and decide that, you know, I need to be fined for illegal stuff while I'm here. Black box. Well, I might as well pick it up.
Cargo scope deployed.
Bio-waste, I'm not going to bother with that crap. It's got to be said, I'm getting pretty tired of these unidentified signal sources. They seem worse than ever. This has been half an hour now and I haven't even seen a single ship in one of these. It's just been, you know, canisters and stuff. It's just way too random. They need to really fix this based on the mission you're doing. I mean, I'm not saying it has to be, you know, immediate gratification, but going through all of these, and I mean, this is probably going to be the bloody wedding party this time or something. There's just way too many of them. It's too random. Bio-waste, just what I wanted. Ooh, right, I'm gonna grab all this. Nothing but canisters all over the place. This has got to be some kind of a joke now. I mean, every single one of these has got canisters. All of them. Toxic waste I am not about to pick up. Maybe I will, actually.
Cargo.
It's a pretty great exploration ship, isn't it? That little bright white dot. In fact, there's two there that I can see. Toxic cargo corrosion heat sink. The hell? Right, that's interesting. Won't be picking that up again. More canisters. Fancy that. Right, so the entrance is just slightly to the south. To the bottom. On a silent running.
Silent running. Shields offline. Heat sink deployed. Docking request granted.
Risky, but I made it.
Heat sink deployed. Landing.
Right, so there's no black market here. Can't quite afford the advanced discovery scanner. That's slightly annoying, but I may as well just stick in this intermediate one, which is really poor actually. But it will do for now. And I did forget to buy a fuel scoop, so I'm going to do that now. I'm guessing this B3 will be good enough. Right, so I went and made a cup of tea, came back, and I found this black box thing. I'm pretty sure I do have a black box, yeah? Yep, I do. I'm going to accept that one.
Fuel scooping.
Probably use a slightly better scoop than this B3. Maybe the A3 would be good, yeah? Right, so my first fight. Those lasers are cutting through those shields very quickly. Right, I'm using cannons, I must remember that. What kind of cargo he's got? Right, now for some reason I lost my scan. You done pretty decently with flight assist off. It feels very much like the Cobra in that regard. These thrusters are not good though. You maybe expect that. Try out my shield cell. Doesn't quite fill it, as you may be expected as well. Let's see what we've got limpet wise. Cargo wise, sorry. That's interesting. I'm going to scan him again. I'm trying to get used to keybinds as well, so you have to forgive me this time. You are not getting away. Silver.
Target destroyed.
Right, so what I'm going to do is carrying a bunch of limpets. I'm going to abandon. I'm going to pick up this silver. Hopefully nobody else is going to nick it in front of me. Now this is another part of Piracy that just doesn't really enthrall me, to be honest, the cargo skipping. I think a lot of people just don't like this. They need to really, some kind of mass scoop ability or something. Right, I'm doing nothing else until I've got this fixed, this influence. It's just a joke now how long this is going on. And see, it's still going down, my rep with the Alliance. I just need to concentrate on getting this fixed, so that I'm no longer getting the interdictions in Alliance space by the System Authority vehicles. It's just becoming silly now. I need to be careful because there's quite a lot of Authority vehicles at the front here, yeah? So I'm going to go into silent running straight away.
Silent running.
No, before I'm too far away, too close. Just keep an eye on your heat at the side, on the left hand side of your sensors. In all honesty, you probably don't even need heat sinks, so long as you can land like this.
Thermal signature restored.
The more confident you get at entering the letterbox, the less likely you need the heat sink. But it's always handy to have them, especially maybe if you're trying to sneak out. But apparently they're going to be buffing the heatsink launchers to make them a bit more useful, so my guess is they may make them more useful against missiles or something like that. Right, there's a black market here, so finally going to get rid of this silver that I pirated. They really should just buff these sale prices to something that's better than this, better than, you know, half. It's not even half, it's pretty poor. But I suppose you could say it's 14,000 out of nothing. I've got to say the Asp is pretty interesting so far. Now I'm only D-spec'd, but you do feel like a sort of heavy trader that can really defend itself. Or that's the sort of feeling I get about it. Way more than, say, it's a combat ship. But it's not bad. I mean, you know, it's definitely not bad.
Landing gear retracted.
And this is why I'm grinding rep with the Alliance, because every time I come here I get interdicted by the police. Oh, it's not the police, that's interesting. Right, look at my bottom left. I'm going to press 1, 2, 3 on my keypad. 1 to select, 2 to change my weapons, 3 to target his cargo hatch. That's on my number pad. An Imperial Clipper, that's interesting. Oh, my shield cell used there. This guy hits hard.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
This guy's got a lot of hit points as well, and he really hits hard. I am getting through a lot of shield cells. So you see the thrusters are really bad on the Asp. I'm not really getting used to this cannon. I keep thinking it's a multi-cannon. this guy! So many shield cells gone.
Flight assist off. Flight assist.
I dislike this cannon quite a lot already.
Flight assist off. Assist. Target destroyed.
Yeah, that was a bit of a toil. I'm not going to bother picking up any of that because there's no black market here. But yeah, I wasn't overly impressed by that, I've got to say. Meaning myself.
Frameshift drive.
If you notice, these current thrusters that I'm using are exceptionally bad. So I think, you know, an upgrade on the thrusters is probably going to be one of the priorities, I think. I'm going to ditch these cannons because a little bit of a fail so far. Just stick on a gimbaled multi-cannon instead. Right, now maybe have a look at these thrusters again because they were pretty poor. Big mass difference. I mean, the question is though, I mean, surely the fact that the maximum and the optimal raises by more than the actual mass should, you know, should mean quite a lot. Possible power issue now though. I'm going to try these out. A3 scoop's too expensive for now. This shield cell bank didn't really fill it up, yeah. So I guess you're probably looking at an A3 to do that job. However, the B3 has a lot more shots, yeah. So it's one of those, you know, which one is the best? Right, I've done a lot of missions for this. You see, I'm still unfriendly, but there's a lot of missions being cashed in here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still unfriendly though. You can see the ship integrity starts to hurt a bit, yeah? 2% is 5,000 credits. Right, I think I'm pretty much done with these signal sources now. I just can't stand them anymore. If I'm hunting pirates, I'm going to do it at these resource extraction sites from now on. I must have had about maybe 30 in a row. 30 of those unidentified signal sources and not one single pirate encounter. In all honesty, these extraction sites are way more fun anyway. So I don't know why you haven't been doing them before now. Of course, you've also got the, you know, the additional risk of big rocks. Having the scanner on the others, the D scanner,
Scan detected.
going to be a little bit annoying, but put up with it.
Under attack. Scan detected. Target destroyed.
Oh, we've got anacondas here. Right, this is kind of risky though because I really don't believe I've got the ship for this yet. In fact, I don't. On the other hand, there's a fair chance that they'll be in combat with something else, of course, yeah? I'm getting a little bit wary of rocks, as you maybe appreciate. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. Seems to be a bunch of clean people attacking System Authority. Here's Wanted. Well, I guess I should make a fire group for something like this where I'm also firing, yeah. Bit of a hassle that seems though. Right. Nobody's surprised I can take out Sidewinders without shields quite easy. A little bit more of an even fight. Of course, it's a 2v1, so it's not that even really. Whoa! Pretty cool. Yeah, I think one of the big dangers here is the asteroids, in all honesty.
Under attack.
Right, now I knew I had somebody else coming on to me there, but I just continued with this Viper anyway.
Flight assist off. Flight assist. Target shields offline.
He's using chaff. You can just, like, you know, target off him. Like that.
Target shields offline.
Using it again, so you do the same again.
Target shields offline. Target shields online. Flight assist off. Target shields offline. Flight assist on.
Well, since I hit him. Oh. It's annoying not to get anything for him.
Under attack. Target shields offline. Flight assist off. Flight assist.
Yeah, this isn't too bad, yeah. I mean, considering this is a pretty low spec Asp I'm flying.
Target shields online.
You can see now I've picked up a bit of heat from a few things.
Flight assist on. Target shields offline.
Let's scan this guy. A bit jerky in a few occasions. There's a lot going on now though. These scanners are so bad. Why can they not just be 5 seconds or something, yeah?
Flight
Instead of
assist
10.
off. Flight assist on.
Is it just me or are they resetting now as well? If you don't finish it in one go?
Target shields online. Target shields offline.
Just be careful of fire coming from other areas, yeah? The guy behind me.
Flight assist off. Flight assist on. Target shields online. Target shields offline. Target destroyed. Flight assist off.
I need to be careful, yeah. The last thing I want to do is start hitting these asteroids again.
Flight assist on.
I'm basically going to continue this though until I either die or run out of ammo. I must admit, the gimbaled multi-cannon, I mean, I knew I liked it before. The only reason I haven't been using it is because, you know, for the sake of videos, I want to try different stuff. But the gimbal multi-cannon is by far and away my favoured secondary attack, basically. So it's just so cheap in terms of power.
Frameshift charge detected.
Oh, no, you don't.
Target destroyed.
It maybe takes about half an hour, I think. Every time you get into a new ship, you get a new weapons loadout. maybe not even half an hour, 10-20 minutes, and you feel that, you know, you're starting to get back into it again. That's basically exactly what I feel like now. I'm quite surprised by how this Asp is performing. I'm not sure the kill warrant scanner's working that well. I've only got the bounty claim here, which means the kill warrant scanner doesn't really seem to be working. Whether or not I'm losing it when I lose the focus or what's going on, I'm not quite sure there. But I'm pretty sure these other guys I've been killing should have bounties elsewhere. I should also be healing my shields up at every opportunity, because these don't heal very quickly. Stuff like this I wouldn't even waste multi-cannon bullets on.
Target destroyed. Under attack. Flight assist off. Flight assist on.
Oops, gotta be careful.
Flight assist on. Target shields offline.
Yeah, you've got to be careful with your boost when you've got really big rocks like that around. Especially when your boost turning. That's what got me killed the last time. In my Cobra. The Asp's just that little bit bigger. Right, I don't know what's going on, but my cargo scanner just doesn't seem to work at all. Right, that'll do me for now in this one. I think I'll go continue on with my trucking. That wasn't too bad though. I mean, I don't think there's something wrong with my scanners, obviously. I don't know what the story is with that. But I'm not picking up more bounties or anything. And the cargo scanner doesn't work either. So, yeah, I'm really starting to wonder what's going on with that.